Yeah, I'm live.
Mm-hmm. Hey, bona fides and YouTube otherwise. It's me and T Minted, and we
Remix.
back with another video. And if you're in here, honey, you're good to go. All right, y'all. This is the second power review by production. He actually had already seen some of this video of this episode, right?
Yeah, yeah. Family first. So I messed up kind of earlier because I think I almost started like talking about both of them at the same time. But yeah, family first was the basket. It was a basketball episode. So like the big thing with that was yeah, and it was Parent Day. That's how I remembered it because freaking. So we get straight into it, right? The the parents that we meet, like the first thing they do, right, is Bruce. Dang man, I be messing up her name. I keep on saying
Her
Bruschetta.
name Bruschetta.
No, it's
Bruchambria.
Bruchanda.
Bruchanda.
Bruchandra.
Bruchandria. It's
Bru-
Drea. It's Drea at the end.
yeah, Bruchanda. Man, whatever. Bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
So Bruschetta's mom, yeah, she gets the freaking package first, and I don't even know how she didn't decide to open up the envelope, but or yeah, that was interesting. So you get the that envelope that they had at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
That was, of course, correct. That's what they use for the drug trade, or that's how they begin the drugs. So it's actually pretty cool.
Mm.
Um, that's his old app behind it, right? So he gets to the class. Kind of sucks because he's the only one in there with no parents. Everyone else's parents is there.
Yeah.
So what do? They highlight him, of course.
Including Lauren's stank ass mama.
Man, what do you have against Lauren's mama?
She stank. She was. How you gonna try and go against a kid like that and dog a kid out because his parents ain't there? And you already know what time it is for his parents. You know the mama in jail and everything. The mom and the daddy dead, and you gonna go against a kid like that and try to challenge a kid like that? She stank.
I mean, I think they just wanted to test his limits, maybe, or maybe she didn't know.
Her
Who
mama
knows?
thinks she cute because she likes
I don't
skin.
think Lauren talks about her mom, but okay, the little cheesy back and forth between the mamas was hilarious. Between Bruce Chandria's mom and Lauren's mom, where she was like, "Ooh, good answer." And then her mom's like, "Ooh, better answer." It's like, really, like
Bruce,
it.
Bruce Chandria's mama is a thug missus. What you think?
I think they're pretty much the same. Well, I mean,
Lauren's mom is uppity.
I oh, you mean well between the two of them, yeah.
Mhm.
I was just saying like, yeah, I see where Bruce gets her attitude from.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand like how freaking Professor Reynolds is now like starting to be. I know why he's being nicer to Tariq. It's just kind of hilarious, like the way he went about it, just because of the fact that at first, he's like, "Oh man, you sleeping with Carrie." Now he's like softening up on him. But the interesting thing is, I don't think he throughout the whole thing, you notice he never actually read the book or read the report, right? So he didn't even know what was happening in the book. I think between this one and the last. By the time he ends up reading what it is, Tariq went ahead and wrote. Freaking the publishers already read it. Who does that? Like, if you care that much about your book, why in the world did you not go ahead and read it first? That made no sense to me. But what's what you have in your notes? What you have for notes? You just typing away.
I messed that up. Okay. Okay. So I'm saying Professor Adam confronts Tariq outside the classroom and talking about what are you hiding? And since we were talking about truth and stuff like that with the Invisible Man book and stuff like that, were you alluding to your parents about how folks don't want to accept the truth and people don't like to hear the truth and stuff? Like, tell me more about you. And I was like, God, dog, what's going on? Because now remember, y'all, I don't watch this stuff, so I don't know. So I'm saying, I'm like, God, dog, what the hell going on? Like, what are you doing? And so, old boy was like, listen, he's like, you could tell me, Tariq, you could tell me. And Tariq was like, nah, bro, even in the book that you got us reading, it said that, you can't trust nobody with the truth. And I just was kind of like, I don't know. So because I don't watch the show like this is my first two episodes. I was like, was he expecting Tariq to like tell him the truth about his parents, and or tell him the truth about if he's really sleeping with that professor or not.
He was more into, he wanted to know about some sexual stuff, if you ask me. Like, he wanted to know deeper to that. Like, most of the books I think he was writing were based off of the sexual relationships he had with Carrie. Which, by the way, Carrie, you know what I'm saying, she's been trying to get Zeke straight this whole time, right? Because every time Zeke tried to put some extra lovey-dovey into it, she's like, nope, that ain't where it's at. I ain't even trying to be there with him. And so, you know, Zeke, he actually going through some issues right now, right, in this episode, because he's part of the big game. And so, with him being part of, you know what I'm saying, that game, he's been having this relationship with Carrie. Like, he really wants to be with her. At least that's what
that's stupid. I
don't know though, because, like, you know what I'm saying, sometimes I don't know if he's doing that that whole, like, I'm acting one way in front of all my people, but really when I'm in closed doors, I want to be with you type deal. So he's playing the facade, but he really acts like, I mean, he really wants to be with her. He talks to her about his most important thing. So, I mean, obviously wants to be with her, right?
And Zeke cross-eyed. Have y'all noticed that?
Zeke is not cross-eyed.
Zeke look like Wanda, Jamie Foxx Wanda.
That's Zeke is not cross-eyed.
He cross-eyed to me. But listen, what was I gonna say? So, you know, Zeke, he want to confront the professor and stuff like that, right? But and he, you know, he nervous about the next game and stuff like that. And, you know, he's like, you know, listen, they saying, you know, the scouts are coming to see me at this game. It's the big rivalry. They saying that I could go second draft in the NBA, but that's not really what I'm. Oh, because and then you know them second draft people, they usually just end up going, not playing in the NBA. They end up going to play overseas, and that ain't the type of money, prestige, or nothing that my goal is, or my family. So this is really a big thing for me. Like, I'm like, I can't. He's like, I can't f this up at all. I got to go hard so that I can, you know, get a firm first bid into the, you know, first seed bid into the NBA. And I was like, dang. I was like, so your family, Zeke, is Zeke's part of Mona and them's family, right? Or yeah, right. I'm like, dang, y'all already in the drug trade. Now y'all gotta get the dude. The dude gotta is the dude gotta go to the NBA so I can get out the drug trade. I'm just like, God dog.
Zeke ain't in the drug trade at all.
So why he hoping his family want him to go to the NBA and all that stuff like that?
Because I guess he's just trying to keep him on that life.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's a mafia family type deal, you know? You got the football kid, keep him in football, keep him in sports. But let's talk about.
Did y'all see Lunel? Oh, we talking about Francis.
Mm-hmm.
You already talked about Francis?
No.
Came home?
No, I didn't.
Oh, go ahead. We go wherever you want to go.
Go ahead.
Did y'all see Lunel? Lunel got her a part, child. She been in the background so long in the comedy scene. She getting her little bit parts, and we ain't mad at Lunel. Lunel came up in the world during the damn COVID. You know, she got that successful YouTube show going on too. So big up to Lunel, but I'm leaving it alone. This ain't my review. Go ahead. We'll get to it.
Yeah, Francis went ahead and met up with Spanky's mom. And so, you know, Francis is always looking angry and shit from the get-go. And, like, I don't know. He's the one that actually snitched on Spanky. And so he went ahead and already told that, you know what I'm saying, Spanky was a snitch, which is why Tommy went ahead and killed him in the first place. So I think, you know, it was still like one of those things where he knew that's just what had to happen. And so he just went ahead and hooked up his mom. And so, like, you know, that was the cool part. But you already knew he was just going to be on the killing spree as soon as he came out, right? So the first thing he does is go ahead and go straight towards Tariq, right? But the interesting part is when he gets to school and he asks Lauren, like, hey, where the freshman at? She tells him the information first, and then on the back end says, hold up, you are suspicious, sir. Like, how are you how is it you gotta go ahead and give him the information where the freshman are at, and then be like, you don't look like you're supposed to be around here. It was already too late. Like, whatever he said after that, she was screwed. There's nothing else she could do about it, right? But he was straight going to get Tariq, right? So when it came to that, we know that for him, he's like, shoot, man, your dad owed me money, and so now you owe me money.
Damn, sins of the father.
And for the first time, you know what I'm saying, he's realizing like, shoot, my life is really in danger. Like, if he didn't think he was in danger at first with everything he's doing, which I know he did, but I think until now he had his hand in control of everything. And now it's just he's screwed. Uh this is one of those situations where it's like, oh shoot, I don't know who this person is, I don't know what's going on. And now he's in charge. And he can't control him. He can't control Francis. He never knew Francis was out. He didn't know Francis had a vendetta towards him, but now this dude is there and he's where he wants to be and not where he wants to. Um, and so he goes ahead, he threatens him, right? And this just puts Tariq in like this position where he's like, oh shoot, I'm really in danger. I don't know what I'm gonna do because he thought he can get the money like that, and shoot, he's still waiting on product. Product's already been slimming up, and so he's just screwed in multiple ways. I think when it comes to like right now to this point, he ain't have a choice but to call his mom. And if you hear the phone, if you pay attention to the phone call that he had with her, he was shaking in the phone call. Like you heard in his voice. I mean, he asked the most rhetorical question. When he asked that question to her, that's the same thing I was saying. Like he was like, "Mom, you have any other money anywhere else?" And she's like, shoot, if we had more money anywhere else, then that would be helping towards our case already." So it's like yeah, we already know we ain't got no other money, and he knew that was the answer, but he didn't want to hear that answer, and so
just like he said, folks don't want to hear the truth.
yeah, they don't want to hear the truth. He didn't want to hear the answer, but you know that's what he had to hear. So it was like, you know, he asked her about Effie, and so Tasha gives him like one of these wisdom talks, like, "Hey, this is what I did to your father back in the day because I'm smart." But again, it's the same woman that's still like, I don't know what she's doing with this case with Davis. Knowing, I mean, I don't know if she even knows what's going on with Davis. So that's on one end, but she tells him how it is that, you know, she did when it came to his dad and how you can play people like that, right? And so he, of course, he's learning from the best. He's learning from his mom. And so he plays Effie. I would be lying if I said like even when it came to Effie, some of the scenes that they be having are the people when they be bringing back in the relationship they have. It's like you want to attach it back to the old power. Like, oh shoot, maybe this is the new Tasha. But I don't know if they found the new Tasha yet. I mean, Effie is about that street life, and you see that by, you know, when she went ahead and told him like, "Hey, you good? You don't need your gun. I got mine in my purse." Her little tiny ass freaking pea shooter. But
she went for that quick to be a street girl.
yeah, but Tasha calls Lorenzo, which, and when she calls him this time, she calls him in a way of a boss. And it's funny because like this whole time she's been kind of like, you know what I'm saying, submissive kind of. First time that he called, he's like, "Yeah, I got your number. I know who you are and everything, and I know your son." And so this time she calls, she got that protective mother. I'm a goon. Don't forget, even though I'm in jail, I know some things too, type attitude, because her poor little cub is in danger. And so he called her and said, "Hey, I need some money. I'm hurting." And not only that, he finds out that there's a hit on his life. When he tells his mom that there's a hit on his life, that's when she's like, "No, this is it." And so when she talks to Lorenzo, it's funny how Lorenzo kept his ground, but at the same time, he was kind of shaking too. He's like, "Oh shoot, what the hell's going on?" Because I don't know about this. And you know, it's one thing to like call somebody, talk about one thing, but we're talking about somebody's life in danger. He knows that's some serious business, and so we can just, you know what I'm saying, mess around with. So yeah, we back, Mimi. Um and so when it comes to when when he got that phone call from her, he held his ground, he kept his cool, but he immediately went and had the call, right? And the circle just goes all the way around. Shoot. Two, dang, I'm jumping around so much. But we get to the we get to Braden, right? Let's talk about Braden for a little bit. Braden has ever since he had a taste of the streets, he's been wanting to come back to the streets so much. And opportunity for cocaine. Every time you try to talk about selling something extra, freaking Tariq was like, nah, man, that ain't what we about. That's not what we're doing. We're not touching that stuff, right? We do everything this way. We're not on the streets. We're not doing any footwork like that. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is smart. He's doing it for a reason. Keep your distance from there. We are never touching the product. Let them go ahead and touch it. But at the same time, Braden, he's a soldier. And I know what that's like. You got your foot guys. They like that. They get so used to that. That's what they like. They don't like the whole background, not doing much, and just think I got money. And so for him, he wanted that. And Tariq, he just simply says, like, no, we're not doing that. We're not going that route. And so Brandon feels some type of way, but he says it's cool, right? It's cool. No big deal. Now, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, he's at dinner with the family, and Trace, his brother, and his sister, they coked out. And he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Now, this, you know what I'm saying, when it comes like Braden, he's trying to figure out why is it that where they're getting coke from. But I'm trying to understand where the sister came from in the first place. I don't know. I haven't seen the sister, I don't think, before. But the way he was looking at her and him was like, it was confused. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So Monet and the crew, their whole attitude is just they are kind of chaotic when it comes to their business, right? And it makes you kind of understand. It seems like they were so shaky for one little situation that it's actually kind of it's interesting, right? Because they don't seem like they had their business stable from the get go. But that's because you got Kane, who's just always been a goon, but just been back and forth the whole time, right? They have a good relationship, but they don't. But now with the whole Kane working with GTG, but at the same time being part of the family, but GTG is not cool with the family either. There's already just like too much shakiness in there. I I like how they freaking when it came to I'm loving how Kane. I'm trying to understand Kane, right? You're with GTG because you're hurt your mom and Papa because they hurt your feelings. So now you're with them, but you're not really. You, but you still set on Tyreek. You so set on him. You about to mess your whole family up. You about to mess up the business. So y'all decide to bring out some goon to take him out. And this dude has the loudest freaking shoes on. The loudest shoes. And they made sure you seen the shoes. As soon as you seen the shoes, you're like, them shoes. He's done. I don't know what's about to happen, how it's about to happen, but them shoes right there are gonna have something to do with it, right? What happens? Like when he ends up going to when they go through the basketball or through the metal detector, the dude looks at him like and he gives him a long look. Like if you get me a look that long, I'll probably wonder what the hell your problem is too. Like he stares at him and stare at each other, and then you just see the up and down look. And what's he got? Loud shoes. Okay. I don't even need no anything else. That dude probably had the loudest shoes on the whole freaking place. And therefore, only thing I had to do was look for highlighters the whole time. And he was good to go. And Kane being a goon, maybe they did use a loud shoe plow on the Wu Tang. I have to look into that. I don't remember. But Kane being a goon, right? Wouldn't Kane already know you shouldn't have loud shoes? I would think that's just there. Like that's straight set out. I mean, Kane, he kills people. Look, he knows how to turn off lights, sneak around, put silencers on, all this. He even gave him this inconspicuous freaking shank that won't be detected by metal, and you didn't know that you shouldn't wear loud shoes like that? You know what? And Kane does not like being challenged, right? And so that when Tariq went ahead and confirmed in the first place, like that's what I mean. Kane Kane doesn't like any kind of competition, and so they just had this. This has all been smoothed out until Tariq comes into it. That's just too much for me. That shows you got a weak establishment. If it takes just that much, just one dude like Tariq to go ahead and mess up the whole system to where now uh you're on a vendetta towards one guy. Granted, I mean he's doing a lot. He got a new business. He may be he messing with your sister. Yep, he is messing with your sister. And your mom's cool with him, and he may end up taking your spot. I don't care how flashy they are. You should never, ever go ahead and just be on a I don't know, just the one time. If you put that much work into your outfit to where you're like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and paint your face, and they got the paint perfect, right? Because the paint go even on the earring painted up, freaking it went all the way up to the hairline, just all the way down. We want you to blend in and wear these loud ass shoes in the same sentence. And we want you to get this dude around the corner without him feeling some type of way about some dude with some loud shoes chasing you around the corner. I don't know how he was going to get away with that, but there was no way that was ever going to happen. Because, again, them shoes, them freaking shoes. Like, as soon as he walked through, they just looked at each other. He's like, man, highlighters. Now, GTG, they are extra loud. And but I don't know. Lil Guap didn't seem like he was loud, except for the fact that he just he I wouldn't say Lil Guap. I don't know. I don't remember him being that flashy with some of his stuff. But Guap is flashy for sure. Guap, like everything he wears, it just shines. And that man, just look at him. He looked loud. I'm trying to think. I don't remember who it is that dude looked like, but you get the guy with freaking loud shoes. So soon as I think it's funny, like you know what I'm saying, Tariq goes ahead and sits down first, says what's up to everybody, right? And Kane's thinking in his head, like, oh, I'm about to get this dude. Like my hitman's here. We about to have a great time, right? And as soon as you know what I'm saying, Tariq goes ahead and says, as soon as he goes ahead and says like he about to get something to eat, right? Or yeah, as soon as he gets the message from Francis that he's there, he says, "Hey, anybody want anything?" And Kane's like, "Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this whole freaking menu because I know you ain't coming back. I know you ain't coming back. Give me pretzels, freaking some nachos and popcorn and some candy and crap, right? Because he just has this whole feeling like he ain't coming back. And lets you know, like, as soon as he, you know what I'm saying, as soon as he's going, he sees highlighters just following him in the same pace that he is. And they're still following him. Again, I don't know. That's smart. But you know what? You kind of get what you deserve when it comes to dumb stuff. Like, there was no reason for you to go ahead and do it. But he decided to go ahead and run. And next you know, he's chasing them. So, I mean, this guy's confident, right? He has to be super confident. And so, as soon as they get there, I think he could have got him. I honestly do. Like, because it seemed like if it wasn't, I think Tariq really was just hoping that homeboy would come in time. Like, he was hoping Francis would come in time because from the way he was getting whooped, it don't look like he had a chance from the get go. Yeah, and see them GTG dudes, man. Like, yeah, cause was it one of the episodes they had the whole they was doing live videos and it was like, man, you too loud, you too loud. You gotta be quiet with all that. And they're like, no, this is how we are, this is how we are. And this is all I can say towards that. I don't know how they didn't get arrested yet because we know in real life, them are the ones that get arrested. Like the dudes that flash all the money, got drugs in the background. You're like, yeah, we out here. All of a sudden, you hear about it on Donkey today. They went ahead, flashed all his money and drugs, got caught up. But GTG is they just not getting touched by it. But the idiot with the loud shoes, he got touched. And it was just perfect because Francis comes in just in time, right? Because he told him to go over there and takes him out. Then he charges him, of course, which I get too. They just gonna have a great relationship. Soon as you seen the way that rolled out, you see they're just gonna have a cool relationship. And it's gonna be a weird ass one because it's like Francis is gonna be like that mean, I'm cool with you type bully. Like we really not cool, but we cool enough. You know what I'm saying? He went ahead or he took out homeboard. These are like, no, we're just gonna keep this going. You gotta owe me money again. Now, the great part is just soon as we see Kane freaking come back, right? Or as soon as you see Tariq come back and Kane sees him, he's like, oh, this dude's alive. Oh shoot. What the hell happened? Like he don't know what to think. He confused. He don't and the only thing he don't even know. He thinks that, you know what I'm saying, somebody got the juice, right? Because Francis is funny as crap. That dude went ahead and sent the he sent the photo and said, yup. And Kane thinks it's him. I thought he would have honestly looked at it or seen like, oh shoot, he dead. But I guess he looked at it soon. So, you know what I'm saying? He looks at it and he realizes it's not him. And realizes it's homeboard and realizes it says, hey, I'm gonna kill you too. Now, I don't know if Kane knows that it's him yet, but what I do know is that, like, I don't know if either of them know that it's each other. That's the crazy thing about it. But either way it goes, it's gonna be interesting how they keep rolling this, right? I think for Tariq, he's gonna be like nerve right now because now he got hits on him, and I don't think he knows what to do with that, you know. And so he stands up freaking Effie, and this is one of those times again where and so this goes back to one of those times again, right, where it's like maybe if he just said enough, he could have got away with it and not end up wrecking like in a bad way. I think sometimes he be demolishing and like he just blows up bridges like 100%, and it leaves it to where this whole steamroller freaking, you know what I'm saying, effects come down, right? Because like you stand her up, you stand up Evie, and you don't even say why. And not even in a slice way of anything. So now she's pissed. And next you know, she sees Braden. And she throws him under the bridge. She throws Tariq under the bridge and be like, yeah, he been selling coke. We sell coke. And so you already know how that's gonna go with Braden, because shoot, he's been talking about, hey man, I want to do this the whole time. And so we get back to this relationship and then going back, where is this gonna go, right? Because now this is like probably like the third time in his mind that like, shoot, this dude lied to me. He said at first it was gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He never told me about old girl, right? He never said until last minute about her possibly sleeping with him. And now he's telling me that we're not selling coke, but we are. Oh. But even what's another thing that happened? I'm trying to think. Because yeah, so Braden, after Effie goes ahead and puts him, you know what I'm saying, throws him under the bus, we go back and we get into the club, we get into a celebration with Zeke and the boys. Now, dang, I forgot the other basketball player's name that messes with Drew, right? But they get pressured, right? Or he gets pressured into pretty much just dancing with a female. And of course, he's trying to make it seem all cool. And so he's doing his acting inside of acting. And I like people that act. I like when the actors have to act and acting. It's funny. Everett, there's his name. Thank you, Mimi. You're always on point with it. So he, as soon as he sees him, or actually no, was it Drew calls him first. He calls Everett. No answer. So who's he call? He calls Zeke. He immediately calls Zeke like, "Hey, where y'all at? Oh, we celebrating. You should come. Okay, cool. I'll be there." Zeke don't even know what's going on. Which, I mean, it's like Drew wants to press it, and I can understand because he wants to. I guess he wants to be out there. And at the same time, though, he already knows what this dude is about. So it's funny as crap is how much he knows what this guy's about, and he'll roll with it. And at the same time, he won't. Well, man, they had some super light skinned dude in there, look like Reggie Miller too.
I don't know who that light skin do well.
The basketball player. It was a basketball player. Looked like Reggie Miller.
He did.
He looked like Reggie Miller's son. But so Everett goes ahead, you know what I'm saying, that's his girl by the time, and when Drew comes, he sees it. Right? So now they gotta play this like, oh shoot, I hope nobody sees us, but we need to talk. Let's go ahead and talk. And again, it's one of those situations where, man, I swear, people could just make this so much easier for themselves. They just talk at the right spots, actually talk instead of hiding secrets. But again, because people are hiding secrets, and they wait till last minute, you got people having to call you and then call somebody else and go ahead and show up on you just so you go ahead and have to give a conversation that you didn't want to give in the first place now inside a club where I don't know how, but Zeke does not see this conversation at all. And they just have well, I mean, I guess you wouldn't see it anyways because of where they at. But they had a good, long, deep conversation. Oh, and yeah, like he knows, you know what I'm saying? Drew knows what's going on. Like he know from the get-go, like this dude's trying to play basketball, he's trying to move up. And you get that selfishness that just says, I don't care. I don't care what the world says. It's like, bro, that's like me just saying, like, hey, I mean, well, actually, he may not even know that time, but it's like, you know, you know what you do in your life. That's like anybody going out, but I want everybody to know that I'm in love with a drug dealer. Nobody says that crap. So how's it? He's just gonna go ahead and try to be like, oh, I want you to express to everybody this the way I want you to. Like they don't live in a world where these kind of opportunities. You can't just do stuff like that. You can't. He can't just do that, and he knows that. The thing about it that drives me crazy when it comes to Drew is Drew knows that he can't just, you know what I'm saying, jump up and be like, hey, this is how I feel, because it messes up everything. And at the same time, he looks at him in a way of anger, like, man, this dude ain't trying to be a basketball player. Just like, you know what I'm saying, your cousin is. The same freaking thing. And so when they're outside, you know what I'm saying, they're talking, they're having a nice little powwow. Guap shows up on them, right? And we have an exchange with Guap, and we got an exchange with Guap and Zeke. Just like Uncle Zeke. Yep, that's exactly right. Like they have to be in the dark, freaking. But Drew doesn't want to hear it. But this is the best part, right? Drew, okay, so Everett just found, you know what I'm saying, it's getting like a rude awakening and what's going on in the streets, right? And then at the same time, we get to see Drew really be a goon. Like Drew really stand up and freaking boss up, right? And like you can just see the fire in this dude's eye, like, man, you got some nerve with your loud ass freaking sit here. You gotta put a gun on my cousin's kneecap. Drew definitely had that anger in his mind, and I don't know why it is that it took Guap so long to shoot his knee, because I swore that for a second you see Guap's hand shaking, and I'm trying to figure out why his hand was shaking. Like, what are you afraid of doing this now? Like, I thought you just said you was about that life, but dang it, you see his hand shaking, then you hear the gunshot, and only thing you see is freaking Drew giving him the business. Freaking Drew like freaking lit up Guap. And like if you seen the anger in this freaking dude's eyes and the frustration in his eyes, man, you if you just seen that part right there, you totally forgot Drew even like dudes. Like You just seen this straight goon freaking up Drew. This soft dude is has always been in the background, shy and everything. Step up, and Everett don't even know what to do except run. Right? He's like, I ain't about none of this stuff, and I'm scared. I'm scared to death.
Can I say something right here? So I just heard what you said, and that is a preconception that a lot of us think that these gay guys won't whoop somebody's motherfucking ass and shit like that. But they say art imitates life. So somebody that's seen some cold-blooded gay guys like Omar. Omar was cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? So it's just bringing up that fact that what I'm saying, like it takes all kinds to make this world go around.
Yeah, I mean, it does, and I think it's more even like just the way that he acts around, like with the guys, like the way he expresses his emotions. He shows a softer side more than like, no man, this is how I am. Like he had 100% goon status, like, and then he comes, and then he just goes back, right?
Yeah.
He immediately turns the switch off and goes back to being cool, calm, collected, shy guy, kind of Drew, who's just now I'm just gonna go ahead and work on some other things. And so he confronts Kane and lets Kane know, like, hey, we know what's going on, but this is how you can redeem yourself, right? Get these guys. Get GTG, because they went ahead, they went after us. You know what I'm saying? They went after Zeke. And so get them and we'll go ahead and try to watch this. He ain't really run that through his mom, but it's a good look, right? So he owns the fact that he comes up this, this way of trying to take them out at the same time. And again, like all this just happened. And we get like this, it's almost like freaking like Drew was on the bench the whole time, and now he's the sixth man. He's just killing it because he gets out, beats the brakes off a homeboy, turns the switch back off, says, hey, Bob, like, I understand, what's going on, but it's cool. It's all on me. Then he goes ahead, runs over, tosses Kane, gets some freaking whole little, new scheme go on. So you take these guys out and does all this. And then he's just going to go back. And he's going to be back to relax. But I mean, after what happened with Kane sending that hit out, they done. Freaking Kane's done, right? So freaking for all we know, like this right here from now on, Drew's out. Drew is the number one dude.
That's all.
Huh?
I just talked to you something about Drew. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, Drew is like that number one dude now. Yeah, Drew went ahead. He was afraid at first, but when he first talked to them, I remember because it was like, hey man, we too loud with this social media and stuff. We can't be doing this. And he's like, man, he ain't gonna do nothing. And like Guap got his face and everything. But again, that switch hit Drew. You just had to get that right. You just had to get the right one for him, man. As soon as that switch flipped with that dude's eyes, he was so angry, his eyes almost went out of his freaking socket, like out of his head. That's how you know that you got like a goon status like that. That's a dangerous goon status too. Because I mean, I thought Drew would be like, I think Drew would be more dangerous to Kane, honestly. I think Drew could be more dangerous than Kane. Just by that look and the way that went.
But I think it was because he said he outed him, because right before Drew went Power Ranger on him, he was like, some, we're gonna tell you sitting here fucking around with your boyfriend, something. And that's when he went crazy. He's like, oh Lord, I'm at to kill you.
No, it's just because you had that gun towards his kneecap. Can't be shooting my cousin.
No, if you gotta watch again, he didn't click to after that boy said something about him being gay. That's when he went off.
I seen otherwise. I seen him not when he said, because at first he said shoot me, because you shoot my cousin,
yeah,
we're screwed. So he said shoot me, and then he didn't shoot him. He didn't want to shoot him, and he couldn't risk him getting shot. So he went ahead and flipped out and just started beating the brakes off him. There was nothing else you could be done about it. Either that or somebody gonna get shot. I still know that was that perfect cinematic, just about a quick second, almost did it. But that evolution for say Drew, that's just, it was bound to come. And so now it's like the more interesting part is going to be Drew and Kane and how this is going to work, because Kane's no longer part of the crew. Kane was no longer part of the crew. And so now that Kane's no longer part of the family and Drew may have to step up, how is that going to work with Kane still being. I mean, we're going to have to see how Kane works with this, right? Because like later on, we find out that Monet goes in and tells Tariq that like, hey, he's off the leash. Don't go hunting for him, but I mean, if you see him and he tries to bite you, mess him up. But I think like, I mean, yeah, he did call him in. What I'm saying is like the thing that I see as being the reason why he wouldn't have lit him up is because he's about to take out his cousin's kneecap.
He didn't go loco till he out of him.
Think so? Who's gonna let?
I promise you.
So who's just gonna? So if it wasn't for him,
I'm sure he would have still did something. But you saw his whole attitude, his whole face change when that boy called him an F word.
So who's gonna let him shoot him then?
That don't mean he's gonna let him shoot him.
I mean, but he said to jump.
He didn't Dragon Ball Z until the. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but like, he had to knock the dude off the. He had to knock him off the shooting, right?
I'm done.
I'm just saying he still had to knock him away from shooting the guy, right?
Now? Is it on?
Yeah, he still had to knock him away from shooting.
Wait, is this part right here before or after?
It's before.
Go to where it is so you can see it. He watched it at the same time. Well, kind of let it play in the background. It ain't even where we was at. Okay.
See, look, he was already about to shoot him. That's why. Okay. That's what I'm saying. All
right. Oh, baby.
Can people say with me now? Okay. I'm pretty sure that you know what I'm saying.
He did say that.
He said it, but that wasn't on field of fire.
He said it's gonna hurt to shoot this boy in his leg more than to kill Monet's F-ass son. And then you see a bunch of this, and whatever, and then boy was just like, before he shoot him, let me just jump at you. Right. You're right. Oh, child, you don't know how long I'm gonna have to deal with this.
What's that to deal with? These are just facts. I just spit facts. So, anyways,
help me. Somebody come get me.
It's okay. What does Kane do? Like, Kane goes ahead, you know what I'm saying, sets the buck. Kane comes out and, you know what I'm saying, he turns the light off on his GTG. Now, Guap, man. Guap is still just set on trying to take this dude out. And I know that this has to come from freaking some kind of pride because the record's just not good. I mean, I could probably tell you easily why these your last two dudes got lit up. And it's probably because they just suck. Like, I need a little more better strategy than just, I'm angry, so we should be able to kill people. And so when K comes through, he does his little hitman, takes out both guys, right? And then it's just him and Guap. And he punks Guap. He punks Guap right in front of his face. And for me, again, like they're both snakes. And so we get this snaky world where it's like, even if Guap is saying, yes, I'm gonna pay you right now, does that mean he's really gonna end up paying him? I mean, how long is this gonna go on without Guap doing some stuff in the background to try to take him out, right? Because like you still took out two of my dudes. Well, yeah, you did. You set one of them up for an ambush, and then your mom killed Lil Guap. So you took out both moms. What else is there to do? But you know, he agrees to it. So it's like, yeah, okay. You agree to it. That's straight for now. But I think Guap, they're gonna have Guap in here somehow, right? So, but I don't think Guap is just gonna sit back and just be a punk and just take the money or just keep pushing out the money. I think he's gonna have some kind of, you know, Guap is either gonna get shot or Guap's probably gonna get shot or something. I don't think he's just gonna be a punk the whole time. I don't know. I just can't see him being a punk. Like they have to do something with him. When Ghost was supposed to kill Sax, but let him live. First person again. Same thing happened for Kane. See, you know what? That's one thing that I have not been doing is they always have these things with power, I think, where after they end up talking like production
Yeah,
stuff.
talking about stuff.
Yeah, I gotta see those too. So Courtney said this is a reference.
Who is Courtney?
Courtney's just
Oh,
her
oh my
big
God.
down.
Oh.
Yeah. When she said this is a reference from the original Power. Remember when Ghost was supposed to kill Sax, but let him live for his personal gain? Same thing happened for Game. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I get it. I see how, you know what I'm saying, him letting GT or letting Guat live is that same thing. It's like, hey, I'm letting you live, it's gonna be more personal gain off of it. And I know it's there, right? But just like with Sax, Sax is a snake. You can't trust snakes. How you gonna trust a snake to do non-snake stuff?
Mm.
That's all I'm saying. Like, man, GTG's been messy from the get-go. I mean, granted, you just came in and I guess you wrecked the rest of his crew, so he should be very afraid of you now. But I mean, it's still Snake. He's still Snake. You can build his army up later and like still light him up. But Kane, at this point, he don't have nobody else, right? So, because he slick does that, and so you think about it, he was really about to go to his mom and be cool with them while Slick having some kind of, you know what I'm saying, deal with GTG at the same time. Even though these guys that went ahead and put towards his kneecap, like that was his initial plan. He was gonna go ahead and go to his mom by, hey, everything's done. These guys are dead, but somehow, some way, they're still making money. But I dealt with that. But it didn't work that way, obviously, right? Because but now that his mom ain't cool with him, that he ain't got a choice, I guess, but maybe to work with GTG. But you know what I'm saying? They close it out with Brady, you know, confronting about Effie and it's on the cocaine. And so it's here that we are again, we're stuck with, bro, you pretty much you lied to me about everything about your partner. You don't tell me everything about your partner. And I get it in the fact that he wants to keep certain things secret. I understand that Tariq wants to keep certain things secret. I understand 100%. But it's like, bro, you got your dudes that are closer to you that are now feeling like they can't trust you. Your power players don't trust you. And it's literally because of simple things that you can go ahead and give them updates on. Or, you know, certain things that you go ahead and talk about. There is nothing that hurts him in any way besides maybe a little bit of extra lip from Brady talking about like, hey man, I really want to do this, and him saying like, no, we're gonna let Effie do it. But I don't see anything out of that says that like he couldn't go ahead and try to break it down to him in a better way than what he does, because the way he ends up going at it just allows for these situations. It allows for these guys to be angry with him, allows for them to go ahead and do whatever they want, and they're still part of his, you know what I'm saying, plan. Like Effie, I didn't even think Effie would come back, but the fact that she's still around means that she still has some kind of play. She still has some kind of power, even though it may seem from one end that he pretty much played her. She had enough to go ahead and piss off Braden, which comes back to you. Your right hand man is not upset with you, right? So we get that. But then we get to Jabari. And Jabari is still stuck. He's still infatuated by this story with Tariq. And so he tries to come up with a closing to the story. And what does he come up? He can't figure out nothing. He wants to get more in depth into the story. So his way of doing that is he decides to go ahead and download Course Correct or Course Connect and see what it's about. Mm.
Jabari's a straight weirdo, dog.
So like talk about a Pete or yeah, Jabari is stalking you. He's around you so much you don't even know it. And now this dude is in your story, and all this is because you wrote that freaking crap, man. It's because he wrote it. It's because of the way he wrote that story. Like he wrote the story, and if he ain't write that good ass story,
Jabari gotta get killed.
Jabari's gonna get killed.
He going. I mean, he out here playing like this some kind of Sherlock Holmes mystery, like some kind of. Remember them books where you could decide which way you want to go in the book, and it told a different story and shit. I was like, what are you doing?
Goosebumps. Yeah, Jabari, man, he straight lose, straight foul, straight freaking loser. Yeah, you know what? If he doesn't see Tommy and Braden, I mean, we see Tommy and Braden for sure. And but at the same time, like I know that say the thing is that, and this is what drives me crazy about Tariq, right? We get into him and Braden. The fact that even if he sees all this stuff, he knows his dad. It's crazy how this is like when it's like Tariq's like has his mindset. I'm not gonna do like my dad did, but he is straight doing it, straight with the secrets, the things that he thinks is important, the things he doesn't think is important. He's still doing the same exact crap, and so he didn't learn nothing. He learned all the points he wanted to learn. He didn't take the most important points from them, like the things you shouldn't do. And so he's sitting there, he's just feeding off, you know what I'm saying? He stays secretive. Only tell him what I need to tell him. I try to keep him enough trust. And hopefully as long as they don't find nothing out, we're good. But a lot of things these guys are finding out, right? This is the thing drives me crazy. They're not finding out big things that like totally mess up, you know what I'm saying, their relationship. They're finding out things you just could have told them. They're finding out things that like you straight just could have told them in certain ways and it wouldn't be an issue. And so he has his mindset like I'm gonna play these guys from a certain angle and stuff. But the more they keep finding out, the more his angle is actually being the worst angle he could choose. And I mean, Jabari is just annoying freaking But this if he did if Tariq did write this dang story though, we would be good. Like it's like he kind of slick snitched on himself. But now this guy is in tune with him and he downloads the app. And not he downloads the app. Why? Because he was following him and heard the app name. And they're talking about drug dealing and everything else, and you heard the app name. Yeah, he's screwed.
And Jabari dirty. Sitting up here taking Wet Boy's story and then now he's trying to turn it into something he can make money off of.
Yeah. I mean, but he's been doing this for everything. Like he just feeds off of stories. He's feeding off of everyone's story, right? And so I mean, at first I think it was a old girl story. Carrie. He has stories from Carrie too. And so in the next episode, right? Or well, next episode should be what, tomorrow? I think tomorrow. So in the next episode, we should be seeing what's gonna happen with I think I still seen Effie is still in there. So Effie is still around. So it's gonna be interesting. Let's see what's gonna happen with I didn't see 100% freaking for the next version or next episode was about to happen, but the fact that I see Effie, I just want to see how this rolls out. I don't really like watching the previews too much. Or the trailers to the next episode.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it gives me like I don't know.
You didn't discuss what Mona and Tariq talked about at the end on the bridge.
So yeah, that.
Because I didn't even see that part.
Yeah. So what she was talking about on the bridge is that basically he was talking about the product, but she was talking about Kane, and he basically, so one thing that happened is like again Tasha's mom went ahead and called, right, and she called Lorenzo, and that opened up a can of everything because it wasn't even the fact that she called him, more than the fact that she called him and she called him with some bass in her voice, like, listen here, to hit on my son, I ain't having this. Okay. And so when she did that, that just opened up everything. So he calls freaking Monet. So when they're talking on the bridge, she brought that up, like, hey, your mom can't be calling my husband first off ever again. And man, he's trying to say like, yeah, that wasn't me. But then at the same time, she still brought up about her son and saying that like, hey, that wasn't on me. Saying that was my son on his own. And from here on out, I'm not riding with it. I don't give him permission to do any of that stuff. And the streets is the streets. I mean, she said that the streets is the streets. So if he comes at you, you have to protect yourself, and and whatever happens, happens.
But it ain't on me. It's not my directive.
Nope. But if I find out you're going out to hunt my son,
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you. And I mean, that's pretty much what she left it at. I'm like, I can respect that. Like, because I mean, she can't stop a dude that's off, off the team and everything, and not part of the family.
But can I ask you something? How is Tariq related to Monet and them?
Business partners.
Oh, business partners. I would kill Monet's whole family if I was Tariq.
No, he needs the business.
You don't tell me no shit like that.
That's
You don't tell me no shit like that, bitch.
See, now I did like when, what I'm saying, when that moment came up when Tasha went ahead and looked out for him, because it's like, oh, she's still looking out, what I'm saying? That's Mama Bear looking out for her little cub. Because you seen, like, even when she heard it and the way she was talking, she was, I think even Lorenz, like, I feel like he felt that mama fire. Like, shoot, man, she pissed off after in the St. Patrick child. That's like the last thing you ever want to do. And I mean, even though he's mad connected, it's like they know each other. That's what's interesting about it. It's like they know each other, but they don't. And so it's like their words, I guess, never really 100% met up. But when she went ahead and did that and gave that call and talked to him, she was ready. She was absolutely ready to go ahead and light a fire under that mug.
Who was?
Tasha.
Oh. So why does Tasha has Lorenzo number because they business partners?
Hmm?
But I think she trying to like Lorenzo on the low, because when the phone call came in from Tariq that somebody was trying to kill him, she was like, "That nigga don't call me," and then she was like, "Oh, what happened?" When the boys started talking.
Hmm?
So you didn't see when Tasha was taking the call from Tariq. Tariq called his mama to say somebody trying to kill me today. Well, when she first answered, she was like, "Oh, I knew you thought I was looking good or something, and you called me back." And he was like, "Mama, somebody trying to kill me today." That's what she like. What? So who is she? Who was she waiting on Lorenzo? Or did she like Lorenzo? Oh, okay.
Hmm.
But Monet and them be fucked off, all of them. Cause you don't come talking to me about no shit like that. And I did not start nothing with y'all. Your son did. Don't tell me what you gonna do if I go after your son. Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking, I think she was just happy to hear, like, because her son called her twice in a day. And so she was like, oh, he called her twice in a day. Yeah. Yeah, because he called twice in a day.
Oh, okay. I see it.
But yeah, they need each other. Like Monet needs him because he's a way better distro for her. But
is Monet smart? She knew that this part of power, right? Monet came with this part of power, not the first power, right?
mm-hmm.
She was in the first power.
Mm-hmm.
Is she smart? She seemed kind of dumb to me a little bit and desperate. The brains is that D girl, the daughter, to me.
My thing is why Monet and crew do not know who Tasha and Tommy was because Ghost. Yeah, I mean, even with it being Ghost and Tommy, well, you know what? Could it be because it's Ghost and Tommy? I mean, because you gotta remember that she's supposed to be. I mean, Tasha's supposed to be in the background, anyways, right? This whole time, but I mean, it's a St. Patrick. Like everybody who knows St. Patrick knows the St. Patrick family. Like that's what's interesting about it. Like, and the only thing they needed was just that slight little connection between them. But like the underground knew it. Yeah, she definitely felt needed. I mean, yeah, see that face.
Yeah, see Tasha. Okay, and see Tasha must have some kind of power for real, for her to get that nigga to listen to what she was saying.
It's well, I mean, still St. Patrick family. Like she got that notoriety. They yeah, ain't nothing to be messed with.
Let me see right here what this Drew said to his mama. Ooh, Mary just ain't putting in too much effort, Jesus. how did she figure that Kane sent somebody to kill Tariq? How did that happen?
Because Tasha called Lorenzo.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, how did Tariq know that it was Kane? How did Tariq know it was Kane? I was on the phone when a lot of this was going on, y'all.
Tariq didn't know it was Kane.
He did not. So where's she coming up with Kane then? Because she know her son was jealous of Tariq.
Yeah, or maybe Tariq does know it's Kane because Kane did call him. Kane, so I think Kane did know because Kane got the call saying like, "Hey, we want to find out who this is. I'm gonna kill you." And that was right, freaking when Kane was like right behind him in the bleachers, and then he looked up and seen Kane wasn't there. He just happened to call at the same time. So I think he knows it was Kane. I think he may have told her, and then she did. I don't think he knows. I don't think Tariq knew that Tasha and Lorenzo talked. So I think because he didn't know that Tasha, or that he doesn't know that his mom and Lorenzo talk.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
He knew Kane because it was Kane because Kane stepped aside to make the phone call to the other phone. Tariq had the phone. Okay.
Yeah, and so I don't think he knows that the mom and Lorenzo talk. And so when he told her,
I'm listening.
I don't think he knew that she was gonna call Lorenzo because, I don't think he knew she was gonna call him.
I'm glad the mom called Lorenzo. Because Monet ain't got shit going on. Monet ain't controlling a damn thing. Yeah. So, y'all, that is what is it?
That's episode
8.
8. Yeah, family first. Yeah, so this is next up. Yeah, next episode will be later tonight.
Okay. So you might see production tomorrow to give you the next one, maybe.
Huh?
But thank y'all for welcoming him to his review section of Properly Bonafide.
Yay.
Now he got me looking at this mess.
Okay, fine. Terry thought Monet sent Kane because he knows Kane is the muscles of Monet.
Monet's crew. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought too. Is that he just. Oh, hold on. Oh, Terry thought Monet sent Kane. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. One saying, see, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, I don't know if he knew or if he knew because of the phone or if he just knows because of, you know what I'm saying, because of just that, like because he's the muscle. But we're gonna find out how deep this goes. Until next one. Thank you, Cmeantit family, for letting me hijack the channel and everything. And talk to y'all later from behind the scenes.
All right.